Okay, good morning. So the hymns of thanksgiving from the Dead Sea Scrolls are something we're seeing come to pass right before our very eyes. I highly suggest people reading them. If you may recall, one of my projects I was in the middle of before I was cut off was I was retranslating these Psalms, and they are lost Psalms of David. I had them on the website. I don't think they're available to the public, but I can access them on my phone. So, in the standard complete Dead Sea Scrolls in English, hymn 14 gives specific details as to what we should be expecting right now in the way God is moving. So I suggest people read this on your own. You could easily find a PDF online. So let's skip over. You'll have to excuse the shakiness and the bounciness. Those are attacks from the enemy. So my retranslation is from all the mainstream translations of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Some translators have other fragments that others don't have. So this is like a complete, it would be an authoritative translation. But, in due time, these are going to be redone because we're literally living in these times right now that these lost Psalms of David describe, found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's very amazing. So at the time when I was retranslating this, I didn't understand as much as I understand now. But, so here we are. This is the timeline where we're at, and this is what we can be expecting. But I shall be as one who enters a fortified city, as one who seeks refuge behind a high wall, until deliverance comes. I rejoice and lean on your truth, O Yahuah Elohai, for you will set the foundation on rock and beams of framework by plumb-line of truth and justice. And the tried stones will lay by the measuring line of truth, to build a mighty tower which shall not be shaken, as no man entering therein shall totter. For no enemy shall enter her gates, since its doors shall be of protection, through which no man shall pass, and its bolted bars shall be firm, as no man shall break them. No troop shall enter in with weapons of war, until all the arrows of wicked wars come to an end. So this is where we're at in our timeline. God's not going to necessarily rebuke our enemies, like smite them. He's going to raise up his righteous, and that will dwindle away the powers of the enemy. That's what we're reading about. So, the whole world has their plan of wickedness, but when God says, no, I'm not going to allow it to happen, and his spirit fills the valley, nobody can do anything about it. He raises up the righteous, and the wickedness that comes in like a flood is exposed for what it is, and it'll get cleansed away. That's what we're reading about. So, and it's really amazing. I'm going to leave my translation of this psalm in the description box below. And I'll try to leave the PDF. But I think, right now, wicked people inhabit Brooklyn, New York, the daughter of Zion, here at Fort Greene. But that's going to change. It's going to be filled with righteous, and none of the wicked can enter in until all the weapons of the war of wickedness are burnt asunder, and then the judgment comes. And then time will shift, and it's things we can't even perceive. So it's really amazing. So, all right, thank you for tuning in. When or if this gets up, rejoice, because the more the enemy afflicts us, we're in a time of recompense for iniquity. So if the enemy keeps persisting in their wickedness, And but the more they do that, the more they get cast down. So rejoice when the enemy afflicts you. Rejoice, because God's not having any of it. So it's just a crescendo of judgment for the righteous. So, okay, thank you for tuning in. God bless you.